My God, it's full of stars.
So what I'm going to do is edit my ceiling. I am going to take a drill bit and I'm going to punch a hole straight through it as a pilot hole, and then I'm going to take a wider bit of about 1/2 inch and cut out a few millimeters of ceiling material. I'm going to screw in a drywall screw into the pilot hole, and then I'm going to stick a neodymium magnet into that. And I'll use the screw, number one, to hold the magnet up there, but also I can back it out or move it up so that when I put in the drywall mud, it'll be a certain distance from where the paint layer is, and hopefully not be too far enough that the magnet, that whatever I want to stick to the ceiling is, but it'll be close enough that it won't slam everything together. So wish me luck. Here we go. All right, a little bit of paint scratched off, but that's fine. That'll just tell us where we need to drill. I'm going to be painting over this anyhow. That was a nice clean cut. I don't think I should go very deep with this hole. Fortunately, the magnets are not terribly thick, but and I do have a drop cloth on the floor. All right. Okay, that's not too bad. This stuff is like concrete. It's so weird. Screwdriver bit. We have a drywall screw. And let's punch that through the center. That should be good. And now, neodymium magnets. Obviously, I only need one. It is just touching the surface. I would be more comfortable if that was up a little bit lower. Let's see if I can pull them off. Yep, cool. Drop it on our chest. Let's get our screw back in there. Well, that sucks. Should be okay, I think. I don't know. We're going to assume yes. There. And now that sits below the surface. I might have gone a little bit deeper than I wanted, so there. So that's actually enough to pull it out. So what I might do is get a little bit of super glue to help encourage it to stay. Hope it doesn't splatter. So we want super glue on the back side of the magnet. And stick. So now when that sets up, that should stick in there a little bit better. Just a little bit of help. So now, we need to fill in our hole. I got some drywall mud. I'm just gonna make people who do this for a living cringe, I'm sure. I will sand this, obviously.
But fun fact, no.
I just painted the ceiling, so. Of course, I think of doing it after I, painted it, but whatever. But it's kind of because I painted it. That's why I thought about this, because it left a mark when I had the tacky, rather the, essentially blue stuff. Blue tack, that's what it's called. So to make the attachment points for the stars or whatever we want to hang from the ceiling, we're going to embed magnets in resin. I have UV resin here, and just today arrived my nether art. I was starting it with the UV light, but I don't like holding it. I tried having the window open with the sunlight coming in. So I have the magnets. This is our magnet of truth. So the top side of this magnet is the same as the bottom side of the ones in the ceiling, so that anything we make attach has the right polarity. Otherwise it'll repel it and That's not what we want. So I found the easiest way to do it is I have a scalpel handle that's steel. So I'll attach it here, and then I'll get a fingernail worked in between them. Up. And I'll get it like this. And then there are 6 of these little circles with a little hole in it, off center unfortunately, from a jewel making mold that I got at Michael's. So I'm going to put one as centered as possible. Center as best I can.
Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 30 feet down 2.5. Picking up the dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down.
To drop the UV resin. I tried being cheap, not filling them up all the way, but it doesn't work because it wants to creep up the sides, and then I end up wet sanding them, which you'll see later. And some of the ones where it went up the sides, you end up having to sand so much to get a decent flat surface just to look good that you sand it all the way down. So it's just easier in the long run just to fill it up all the way.
More forward. More forward. Drift to the right a little. 9.5. 30 seconds.
So we put it on our nail thing, and I hit it for 99 seconds. I do that 3 times to get it nice and set. I also do employ my light. I shove it under here and add more of the UV light. We'll come back for the demolding in a moment.
A few moments later.
Alright, so that was instant for you. It was a few minutes for me. And we demold. And it's slightly tacky, but not too bad. Probably just blast it a little bit on the bottom because the magnet shielded some of the light just for a bit. And then we'll take it over to the sink where I'll do some wet sanding. And then we will mount a star in one of these. Try to contain all the microfibers or whatever. Don't want to go too far down, otherwise you'll end up exposing the magnet itself. Here is our little teeny tiny hockey puck of resin with our magnet, and freshly back from sanding. We have our ruler with our magnet, and we'll verify what the surface that will hang from the ceiling by double checking it. And yes, we have the cloudy side that was sanded, which will obscure the fact that there's a magnet in a bit and kind of blend in with the white a little bit. Sides aren't done, but I could always go back and do them if I find that objectionable.
But fun fact, no.
And we have one of our glorious stars here. Ooh, stars. The idea is we're going to shove it into our little hole here and lock it in. I want to get all the way through because we want it to sit as flush as possible. We're going to take a bit of the super glue and just a drop, drip, let it sink in there. And because we're impatient and we have the spray, our locking spray, there, and that should crystallize the CA glue pretty much instantly. It's a weird sweet smell, and that holds the star. Now, this is our roof. This is our ceiling. I keep calling it a roof. With our magnet that is representing the ones in there and holds it just fine. We'll attach it to the ceiling in the living room, and we shall have an estellated ceiling before too long. And here we go. Boom. Just like that. Sticks to the roof. Very pretty. It'll stop oscillating in a second. Now time to put up all the rest. Let's put them up. Time lapse time.
30 seconds. Contact light.
And here we have all our stars. Turns out I put up 2 more magnets in the roof than I had stars, so there's a gap of 2. I had originally tried to go with like leaving a little indent, but I couldn't get it consistent. So I decided to come across with some gold paint, and that makes it so much easier because I was trying to rely on when I would swap something out to, remember where the magnet was, but I could never always get that and it'd get frustrating. So it's like, okay, I'm going to mark this. So I did. And apparently I did not get a very consistent job at repainting the ceiling after I put them in, so it would probably be a good idea in the future to go over with the roller on the ceiling to get everything nice and consistent. But I hope you liked the project. Thanks for watching.